Joining us on the London Theatre Review this week is Rosy McEwen, who is starring alongside Susan Sarandon and Andrea Riseborough and a number of other actresses as different iterations of Mary Page Marlowe, the leading character in Tracy Letts' play. Rosy, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit. I mean, I sort of hinted at it there, but tell us a little bit about what the play is and what the form it takes.
It's about a woman's life, and it's non-chronological. So you get to know this woman at different points in her life, and it sort of feels like a big jigsaw puzzle, and you get little moments from when she's in her 60s, and then when she's 12, and then when she's in her 30s, and you start sort of putting the jigsaw pieces together to sort of find out what has happened in her life and who this woman is. And it's sort of human and real and wild, and I think funny, I hope, and also yeah, moving, I hope.
Yeah. And if I'm right, the in her youngest version, Mary Page is played by a doll. Is that right, or a puppet?
There is a baby Mary. Yes, we do have a baby Mary, age 9. I
Okay,
think she's meant to be. Yes, there is a doll. So there's 6 of
terrific.
them. Yeah.
And obviously, Susan Sarandon is playing her in her sort of older
Mhm.
incarnations. You're playing her between 27 at 27 and at 36. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. How does that? I mean, how does that work? How do you make that sort of decade jump? Is it do you change your makeup? Do you change your look, or do you change your physicality in any way?
I think all those conversations are happening, and yes, yes, and yes, absolutely. Our costumes will change, our makeup will change. But I think also a lot of the premise of the play is about how we are different people at different times in our life. And like, can you really put a button on changing over 10 years with a new coat, or like having your hair in a different way? Probably not. I think it's actually the less we pinpoint it, the more we're just showing that we change, we grow, we adapt. Are we always the same person? I don't know. Are we just
Hmm.
different people in different situations? Because really, you're just seeing me in 2 scenes, so very particular settings. And I think we all have different masks that we put on at different times in our life. So you're seeing her with 2 different masks on.
I see. Yeah. Inevitably, a lot of attention has focused on the fact that Susan is making her stage debut in this. What's it like to be in a rehearsal room with her and Andrea? And it's an extremely good cast. It's extremely well cast all the way through the
Mm.
characters. But what's it like with? I mean, was there a frisson when she first stepped into the room?
Absolutely. I think everyone was very overexcited, but then she is so cool and sort of hilarious and kind that you sort of instantly felt like she wasn't Susan Sarandon. And I think that's probably the magic that she puts into her work as well, is that everything feels very human, very relatable, and you sort of connect with her aside from all of her previous works. That kind of goes out of your mind. So that's been a real joy, just to be around someone who knows exactly what they're doing, really. And same with
Yeah.
Andrea. They were 2 of the reasons I wanted to do it. I just wanted to be up close and experience this thing with them and see how they work. And yeah, I've been sort of grinning every time I leave rehearsals. I feel like I'm soaking up so much magic.
Does Susan operate differently, having come through the American system and never worked in the British stage before? Are there things that are coming up in rehearsals that are different?
No,
Hmm.
not at all. I think we're all striving for the same thing. We're all trying to make something that feels believable, that feels that people can connect to. And I think at the root, it's all the same, really.
Yeah. Yes. I'm glad you say she's cool. I'd always sort of hoped she'd be cool, so I'm really glad that that's your
Oh,
that's
very
your
very
experience.
cool. Yes.
Fantastic. It's written, as I said, by Tracy Letts, a male Tracy Letts, who some people know as an actor, some people know as a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright of August Osage County, amongst others. Interesting that a play showing the entire span of a woman's life, or a large chunk of it, should come from a male writer. Do you feel that he gets under the skin of women or of this particular character?
Yeah. Yes. It's particularly in the scenes that I do, I actually was quite sort of yeah, surprised how astute it felt. And I know in one of the scenes that I do, he said that his wife had sort of steered him in certain directions and sprinkled ideas, you know, for certain lines. So it does feel, yeah, it feels human. And I think that's obviously why he's so good at what he does, is that the way he writes, you really just have to read the lines and they feel, you don't actually have to do that much. And even the rehearsal process, I've been sort of talking to myself saying, do less, because it is all there in the text for you. And yes, it's about a woman's life, but you know, actually speaking like a human is not really about gender, is it?
No, I see what you mean. Is this your first stage role since Desdemona? Is that right? At the National, opposite
Yes.
Giles Terrero?
Yes. What's that,
I,
2-3 years ago? I think that
2
was.
years ago, I think.
So,
Yes. Yeah. I love that
yeah.
show. I love that production. I thought it was
Oh,
tremendous. Were you feeling the need to get back to the stage? I know you've spoken in previous interviews about wanting to do a mix of screen and theatre work. I mean,
yes.
did you feel you needed to flex those muscles again?
Oh God, yeah. You have to. I have to, definitely. I think a theatre is where I get better, because you're getting instant feedback, whether you're in a rehearsal room or whether you're on stage. You know straight away if the line has landed, if it hasn't. And I think you're constantly molding and chipping away at something. And you don't really get the luxury of that on set. You sort of think, oh God, I hope that was good. And you just have to trust the people that are watching the screen. And then it's not till you watch the edit that you think, oh, okay, did that work or did that not? So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely was craving it. And I was craving being in a rehearsal room and just having weeks to play and be bad and try and find something and just like relieve the pressure of having to look good and all of those sort of things that you feel on set. Plus the stage fright builds if you don't nip it in the bud. So you got to
Does
get
it?
back in there. Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
You got to get back in there and remind
Getting
yourself, oh yeah, I can still do this.
like getting back on a bike when you've fallen off.
Exactly.
I see.
I mean,
Okay.
I hope I haven't fallen off, but I think if the years pass by and you haven't, you just start to worry if you can do it.
You won a British Independent Film Award for Blue Jean 3 years ago now, I suppose. Was that 2022 that came out?
Yeah. That
Did
was
that?
as a fellow, I think. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that was a hell of a year for you, wasn't it? Really. Then
Yeah.
tell me about the experience of winning, because I think you'd said you were up for 2 awards, didn't win the first one, so started drinking. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep, that's exactly what happened. I was up for best like newcomer or something.
Mm.
And I thought, oh, maybe. I sort of let my mind go there. And I thought, oh, maybe, because, you know, I was right at the beginning. That was the first lead I'd ever played. And, you know, I sort of allowed myself to get excited about maybe that might happen. And then it didn't. And I thought, oh, whatever.
Right.
But the best lead.
And you were up against some fairly hefty names there, weren't you?
Oh, God, yeah, which is exactly why I just didn't really let my mind go to that place. You just think, how cool that you're even up there with these people. Just to see your name amongst it was sort of enough for me. So yeah, winning was completely surreal. I don't think I'll ever have a moment like that again, because I just did not expect it. I think I laughed the whole way through my
Mm.
speech. I was just so surprised.
Right.